Good afternoon, everyone. How are we doing? Wonderful, wonderful. It is so great to see you all here today at the 2017 CHA Owner Symposium. My name is Katie Ludwig. I am the Chief Housing Choice Voucher Officer for the Chicago Housing Authority. I really want to thank each and every one of you for attending this event today to learn more about the program. You owners and property managers are important partners with us in meeting the goals of this program, and we really do appreciate you all very much. We cannot build stronger families, stronger communities, and ultimately a stronger city without you. I also want to thank today the Hyatt Regency Chicago for hosting us again this year in their beautiful space. The staff here have been very accommodating and helped us put on a wonderful event again. I also need to thank and want to thank all of the sponsors for today's event. First, I would really like to thank the Community Investment Corporation, or CIC. They're a long-time sponsor of this event, and they've sponsored those great tote bags today. So yes, thank you. Round of applause for them. We also want to thank our other premium sponsor, the International Union of Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers. They sponsored those wonderful notebooks that you guys got in your tote bag. So another round of applause. Thank you. And our luncheon sponsors today are Pest Management Services and BMO Harris. Again, appreciate their support. We're eating lunch due to them. And then last but not least, we would really like to thank our coffee station sponsors. That was Rayla and Associates and BCI Commercial Bath. Again, without these sponsors, this event would not be possible. So again, let's give them one more round of applause. Thank you so much. Now, please enjoy your meal. We will be back shortly with our keynote address. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Please enjoy your your lunch. My name is Eugene E. Jones, Jr. I'm the CEO of Chicago Housing Authority. I want to welcome you here. As Katie has already stated, we are so glad that you are here. We've been doing this since 2008, and I guarantee you this is the largest crowd that we've had here. So give you some applause. Whether you are currently affiliated with the Housing Choice Voucher Program, the Section 8 program, or simply interested in how to successfully grow your business, this is the place to be. I hope that you have truly enjoyed the first part of the day's activities and excited about what's coming in this, after this lunch. The Owner Symposium is just one way in which we are trying to help fulfill our mission, as ultimately your success means stronger neighborhoods and improved quality of life for the Housing Choice Voucher participants and their families across this great city of Chicago. We are in every community, all 77 communities with Housing Choice Voucher Program. I have some commissioners here from the Chicago Housing Board. I want to thank them for being here also. Together we are building stronger families, building strong communities, and building a stronger city. Today's keynote speaker has a track record of doing just that. Please listen up. Andrea Zopp currently serves as the Deputy Mayor and the Chief Neighborhood Development Officer for the City of Chicago and has dedicated her career to being a force of change. She has championed job creation across access to education, corporate responsibility, and economic development initiatives in underdeserved communities. She served in the United States Attorney's Office and was the first woman and African American to serve as the first assistant in the Cook County State Attorney's Office. Wow. In these roles, she fought to keep neighborhoods safe by taking on illegal guns, violent crime and gangs, worked to protect victims of domestic violence and sexual abuse. Prior to that, she served as president and CEO of the Chicago Urban League, leading the nationally recognized organization to expand economic opportunity in undeserved communities, helping youth and young adults achieve academic and career success, and advocating for social justice. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Andrea Zopp.
Thank you, Gene, for that great introduction. I think I'm going to have Gene do my introductions all the time because he did it with like so much feeling. Like even in the middle of it, he's like, wow. I'm like, okay, I need that. Like everybody needs that every day. I am thrilled to be here, and I'm equally thrilled to see this crowd. One of my primary role in the mayor's office is as the Chief Neighborhood Development Officer, which is really about leading our neighborhood development efforts. And the truth is, and you know this, you can't have a strong neighborhood if people don't have quality housing options and the chance to have an affordable, clean, beautiful place to stay. You are all here because you're a critical part of making those options happen for us here at the City of Chicago. We are, as you know, with the tremendous leadership of Gene Jones, and also I want to thank all the CHA board members who are here, and of course the CHA staff, without whom we would not be able to accomplish what we need to accomplish. But you know that the CHA is undergoing a remarkable transformation, and I want to thank you all for being part of that progress. We have a pretty simple idea when we're looking at housing. As I said, it's making sure that every resident of this city has options for housing that they can afford so that they can live and raise their family and achieve their potential. The CHA is undergoing a true fundamental, and that access to housing is part of our fundamental 5-year housing plan. But we can't do it alone. Partnerships are critical. That's why you're here today. And we have partnerships with nonprofit organizations, with the federal governments, and of course with each of you. Today, we're in the midst of a $1.3 billion plan to build, rehab, and preserve more than 41,000 housing units. I heard that whistle. That's a lot. But we're committed to doing that. We just opened 2 new affordable senior housing properties on the north and west sides last month. One of my favorite projects for the CHA is the restoration of the Rosenwald on 47th Street. As Gene mentioned, I was the CEO of the Chicago Urban League, and when I started at the Urban League, the Rosenwald was what it had been for many, many, many years, decades, an empty shell taking up a whole block, sucking the life out of that neighborhood. And now, and if you haven't been by the Rosenwald, take the time to drive by 47th and Wabash and see this beautifully restored building that has first-level commercial spaces that are opening up and that we're putting small businesses in, and try and think back to literally just over a year ago when it was literally an empty shell. Now it provides housing, affordable housing options. That's what transformation is about. We are also working on a pilot to embrace affordable requirements for large residential projects in gentrifying areas on the near north and near west sides, because it doesn't help us if we improve neighborhoods, but we displace people, right? The days of fractured relationships between CHA and city government are over. The days of massive deferred maintenance are over. The days at looking at housing in a silo are over. Because when we're looking at our neighborhoods, we're looking at them holistically. Because housing without public transit is housing without residents having the ability to go to work. Housing without quality education choices in the neighborhood is housing without children being able to go to a school that's going to prepare them for the paths they have to take in life. Housing without parks is housing without places for people to play and families to relax. Our approach to our housing and our neighborhoods must be holistic. Our investments in housing must be coordinated with our investments in public safety, coordinated with our investments in transit, and coordinated with our investments in education. In each of these areas, because we are taking a holistic approach, we are making progress. Do we have a lot of work still to do? Absolutely. Our problems weren't created overnight, and we will not solve them overnight. But we are making results. In education, our Chicago public schools are make progress, and the work that our students, our principals, and most importantly our teachers are doing is stunning. Just a little over 5 years ago, so like six years ago, in 2009, 2008, and before that, the graduation rate in our public high schools was 50%, just a little over 50%. For African American males, it was hovering in the 40s. So when I talk to people, when I talk about public safety and the challenges that we're seeing with our young people today, I remind them that the young people that are out engaging in violence are the children and grandchildren of the people that we abandoned, that were not graduating from high school at a 50% rate not that long ago. But listen to the progress that we made. Our graduation rate has climbed over 20% in just 6 years. It was from, as I said, in the 50s to 77% last year. Nearly, yes. And we're continuing that progress. Almost 90% of our freshmen are on track to graduate. That's one of the most critical statistics for children to show that they're going to be able to graduate. What that means is that we are on track to have 90% of our high school students coming out of high school from 50 to 90 in under 10 years. That's a tremendous progress. The city is getting its fiscal house in order as well. We've shrunk our structural budget deficit by 82% over the last 6 years. We've put all 4 of our pension plans on a path to solvency, which means that those who work in public service, who commit to public service, when they retire, they're going to have the pension that they deserve, and they're not going to have to worry about the insolvency in their pension plans. They've earned that pension, they're going to have it, and our city is on the path to make sure that those plans are all going to be solvent. We've also been willing to take on the challenges to bring businesses here, and we've got businesses coming here into our city. I don't know if you drive around, you see all those cranes on top of buildings. We've had the highest rate of cranes in the last year. We've had 54 different cranes and buildings going up. We have people coming in, the highest rate of people coming to visit Chicago, which brings dollars, critical dollars into our city. We've been able to attract over 50 million visitors to Chicago last year. But here's the most important thing. That growth that's happening downtown and some of the areas around downtown, we're focused on making sure that the benefit of that growth is impacting at the neighborhoods and well, by using innovative strategies like the Neighborhood Opportunity Fund, where developers of downtown projects, the developers of downtown projects who want to increase their space, they have to put their money into a fund. They have to pay for it. That money used to go to projects around their buildings. But last year, we put in place the Neighborhood Opportunity Fund. That money now goes into a fund that then goes to fund businesses in in areas on the south and west side. Earlier this year, we gave 32 businesses close to $4 million in grants so they could grow their businesses on 47th Street, on 63rd and Halsted, in 75th Street and 79th Street in Chatham. And those businesses are going to expand, they're going to grow, they're going to hire individuals, and they're going to bring vibrancy back to the neighborhoods. So, the thing about the Neighborhood Opportunity Fund is not a one-time thing. In fact, we're going to have additional grants out of that program on an ongoing basis. As development continues downtown, those developers will pay into the fund, and we will push that money out into the neighborhoods where you all are, so that your tenants and your residents can have access to amenities like restaurants and barbershops and bakeries and other businesses at the local level, because that's how you build vibrant neighborhoods. We're also focused on public safety. We have an issue in our city with violence. We've got to come together and address it, and we're committed to doing that. We've invested in police officers. We've invested in, most importantly, in training of our police officers, because untrained police officers can't do the job and be the police that we need them to be. And we've also invested in increasing their engagement with the community. So So you're seeing is economic investment, investment in public safety, investment in education, investment in infrastructure. All of that is surrounding what you do, which is create quality housing options for our residents in our city. It's really important that we recognize that every resident of this city see that what's happening here, the benefit and the growth that this city is seeing is available to them. For our young people, the mayor says all the time that if they cannot be what they cannot see, right? And what he wants, and he talks about this as well, is that when a young person is sitting in Austin or in Inglewood or in Bronzeville and they're looking downtown and they're seeing the skyscrapers and the growth, that they really see that as something that is the opportunity that's coming out of there is available to them, that is part of their city, that they are part of the city as a whole. You are critical partners for making that happen, for helping us turn our neighborhoods back into and make them the vibrant places and livable places that every resident of this city deserves. I cannot thank you enough for taking your time on this Saturday. For those of you who are already members of the Housing Choice Program and our Section 8 program, thank you. For those of you who are considering joining the program, come on board. We need you. We need your housing stock, and we need to create places for all of our residents to live. I want to again commend Gene Jones for the work that he's doing at the CHA and his team. Thank you so very much. I hope the rest of the day is as productive as your morning. We really appreciate you. And remember, we cannot do what we're trying to do without you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deputy Mayor Zopp. Please, let's give her another resounding applause for her words of encouragement and sharing her insight with us. My name is Karen Humphrey, and I'm a director in the Housing Choice Voucher Program. And again, on behalf of CHA, I want to welcome all of you here this afternoon, or rather this morning. Thank you so much. So I'm personally excited about what the future holds for our great city, seeing how we can help to improve the quality of life for all of our residents by building stronger families, stronger communities, and a stronger city. I hope that you're excited too and ready to really take on this challenge. You as our owners in this program are extremely important to us. We cannot emphasize that enough. We at CHA are committed in doing our part to achieve this goal. So again, for all of you here on behalf of CHA, give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you so much.